One method of collaboration inside Aspenify is the ability to share playbooks by exporting them and sharing them with other team members, where they can import them and become the main designer of the playbook and edit and revise and use that playbook as a template for creating new content. This is very valuable when you're thinking about playbooks that are really large that could be converted into smaller playbooks. For example, our social media playbook, I've just edited and revised down to become a smaller playbook that can become revised by the team to focus specifically on YouTube. So while we kept many elements of the broader playbook, and we can refer to that again, what we have now is we have a shareable playbook that's focused on YouTube that has been emailed to other team members so that you can then make access and explore it as a playbook template. So what you have here is I've already gone to my email, that's step one, and emailed copies of these playbooks. So the recipient will open up their email and see attachments. You download those attachments to your computer. Once the attachment has been downloaded to your computer, you can either file it in a nice organized file folder, or if it's here, for example, in the downloads folder, open up that folder and have that prepared so that when you log into Aspenify, you're ready to select that and import it. Now, going over here, you'll see that when I first logged in, what you have is the icon, your account name, and your workspace. And for me, I have quite a few different accounts that I work on with different team members, and I have this demo workspace, which I've also set as my default so that I can demonstrate your view of what you'll be seeing for the first time. So the next step that you'll do after downloading the playbook onto your computer and having it ready to go is you'll travel over here to the Playbook Designer icon and select that. Once you've selected the Playbook Designer icon, you'll have access to a few different tools up here at the top of the screen. In addition, because you're the workspace owner of your space, you'll have more access to icons here that when you're visiting somebody else's workspace, you'll have fewer abilities on this left-hand panel. So you want to keep that in mind, that sometimes you'll have limited functionality, and it's because you're a guest contributor on somebody else's workspace, or you're working with a team member on their project, and you won't have the same functionality and flow that you would if you came home to your own account and to your own workspaces. So to do a quick import, what you want to do is you want to go up to the top of the screen. You can either select the plus icon and create your own playbook from scratch. Enter in the name, the description, prerequisites, add other team members by selecting this plus button and entering in people's names and inviting them to join you and collaborate in your workspace. Or you can close this off and go back over. There's a cancel. There we go. I had to scroll down. Hit the cancel button because we're not going to create a new one from scratch at first. We're going to import one. So here we go to the second icon and we're going to import. To make note, you currently can't export because you don't have any unique playbooks of your own to do so. But over here you can import a piece of content that's been shared to you. And you'll see that over here I have my downloads folder and I'm going to select YouTube and bring that on in. And there we go. Now I have access to the YouTube playbook. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing real quick with the second playbook that I have available for sharing. And you'll see I have quite a few different playbooks that I've been revising and using across different workspaces and collaborating with different team members on. So I'll go ahead and open up the marketing playbook. And so this is a brief fall overview of our marketing plan that we're working on revising across the team. And by sharing it, this now becomes your own tool that you can go in and edit and revise and explore. So you'll want to go in, you'll do things like go in and rename it, reorganize functionality and tasks and activities based on what you think the priorities are. In addition, this is your playbook to explore with, so you can go in and you can even delete entire categories and actions. You can decide that this phase is unnecessary, so you can rename it. You can revise. You can also go into the configure panel and really elaborate by changing elements, removing them, and adding them in order to make the flow fit what you'd like. By clicking here on this marketing and sales, I'm able to choose whether I want to add another phase or stage to this. I can add another phase and continue collaborating and make this playbook my own. And again, this is, the marketing fall plan that I'm sharing just for visibility to some of my team members. And we also have, if we pop back, we have the YouTube one. So again, the YouTube was based on a much broader playbook design, start to finish, with a lot of different activities across everything from Twitter and LinkedIn and other social profiles. But what we've done now is we've broken it into a small bite-sized chunk, gone in and removed a bunch of the phases. So this is specifically relevant to YouTube, with lots of room to play and add additional activities, revise and change the reference material and attachments, and just explore what it's like to revise a playbook that has been shared with you. Once you've revised the playbook, you'll note up at the top of the screen that you also have the ability to duplicate now. And you also have the ability to set dependencies, which we'll talk about at a later time. So now you can create playbooks, you can import, you can duplicate them and make a copy of this playbook and then rename it so that you can tell them apart, change the visuals, the graphics that are on the front of the playbook to make it your own. And then you can also go and export it and send it back to me so that I get to see an example of what you've been creating and get your feedback on the process.